crust there is. A lot of people try to make cauliflower pizza crust, and you can buy them, I know, and it's easy to buy and it's cheap, but why not make it on your own? Especially if you have a whole head of cauliflower and you only eat half of it, you're gonna learn how to use the other half of it now. So I took half of a head of cauliflower and I cut it into just chunks, and I put it in the microwave and slowly let it kind of soften up. So I did about 1 minute intervals until it's kind of steamed through. You can go ahead and steam it too if you wanted to. There will be a little bit of water that accumulates, and I'm gonna put this all inside a food processor. Just like that. And then I'm gonna put my lid on, right here. And I'm gonna pulse it. Or actually mix it, and then towards the end I'll pulse it. Until I kind of get like a riced texture. Just like that. That's all I'm looking for, just a little bit of a rice texture. In reality, I have had a very hard time trying to make like cauliflower mush. So it's pretty hard to get to that consistency unless you've really overcooked it and there's just a ton of water in there. It should stay separated pretty well. So now I'm gonna grab myself a large towel, any kind of kitchen towel will do, and then I'm gonna scoop all of this mixture right into it. So I told you that I used half a head of cauliflower, about 4 cups of florets, okay? So about 4 cups of florets that then turn into about 2 cups of this kind of chopped stuff before you squeeze out the water. Now watch how much water is actually in here. And this is the secret to making good cauliflower crust. Making sure it's as dry as possible. Look at me. I've got no arm strength. Just kidding. So what I'm gonna do, you should be able to get quite a lot of liquid out of there. Just keep bringing it. There we go. Keep mixing. Keep squeezing. It's a good arm strength workout. And you can make this cauliflower crust ahead of time, and you can even get it ready to grill. And you can do this all on the grill too if you wanted to. But we're gonna make the crust first. All right, so I think we're good to go. And then I've got my other ingredients ready to go. So I'm gonna grab a bowl. And I'm gonna add this. What is that? Flaxseed with a little bit of water. This is what's gonna hold everything together for us. And there's extra moisture in there too from the water that you ate. This is kind of like that substitute egg that you would normally find in baked goods. So this is flaxseed meal mixed with a little bit of water, and I let it sit for about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna add that in, and it's chunky, so it's nice and thick, and it's not even gonna come out. I have to use a spoon. So I'm gonna scoop it out just like that. It's like a big lump right there. And then I'm gonna add all of my cauliflower. So I've got my cauliflower ready to go. Woo! Add the cauliflower, there we go. Hold on, sorry. Should have shown you what it looked like. Make sure when you do use this towel again that you don't put it straight into your wash. Try to get as much of it up as you can. The best towels for these are linen towels. So the ones that you use, you can get them at Costco too. Or if you don't have it, you can also use just a cheesecloth. So that's it. Take that, put that aside. And then I am gonna add garlic powder, Italian seasoning, a little bit of salt. And this is where you can play around. I am using whole wheat flour. You can use regular flour, or you can use spelt flour. Quinoa flour would also work, so you can use a lot of those gluten-free substitutes. The one that I would be a little bit weary of is the coconut flour, because coconut flour has a tendency to absorb a lot. Oat flour does too, so just be careful if you're using those guys. And then I'm gonna mix that in. I'm gonna use a spoon first just to mash it around. Just like this. And then I'm gonna form it into a ball of dough. So the size of this is about 12 inches. You can make it about a little less, a little bit bigger. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it in between 2 pieces of parchment paper. And in between between those two pieces of parchment paper, I'm gonna roll this crust out to be about a 1/4 inch thick. So if you feel like this needs a little bit more water, you can add a couple drops. Don't add too much though, because you don't want a super wet crust that doesn't cook out. So there you go. There's your ball of dough. And you're gonna roll it out like I said. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some parchment. I've got 2 pieces of parchment paper. I'm gonna put the crust right down in the middle of one, and then with my hand bracing it, because it will have a tendency to fall apart on you if your chunks of cauliflower aren't huge. So I've got about a circle right now going. I'm gonna grab another piece of parchment. I'm gonna put that right on top, and I'm gonna grab a rolling pin, not pushing hard. I'm gonna gently roll this out to be about a 1/4 inch thick. So I'm just gonna pick it up every once in a while just to see. So again, this is a vegetable that you're working with. It's not all dough. So you have to be gentle and patient with it. Go. And then get your oven preheated, about 425, depending on if you have convection or not. And that is about there. Just be careful when you do that, because you don't want it to stick onto here. So I'm gonna take that piece off, and then I'm gonna grab a cookie sheet. And I already have a crust made, and I'm gonna grab this cookie sheet and I'm gonna slide it on the cookie sheet, just like that, okay? And that's gonna go into your oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Halfway through cooking it though, what I want you, not halfway through, sorry, rotate your pan throughout the cooking process. But in the last 5 minutes, what I want you to do is actually flip your dough over and then bake the other side so that you get a crispy side on both sides. Now that's if you like crispy crust. If you don't like the crispy crust, go ahead and just bake it one side 25 minutes and you're ready to go. So I'm gonna put this in the oven and I'll show you what it looks like. So I have a crust ready to go. Got a little toasty on the edges, but I just wanted to show you that it's pretty firm. It's ready to go. If you do what I did, which is leave it in there for a little bit longer and you get a little bit of the burnt edges, don't worry, just start. You can almost like break them off if you wanted, but we're really not going to have to cook this for much longer once we put it in the oven. We're just going to be melting the cheese or whatever toppings you want on top. So I've got a little bit of tomato sauce, or pizza sauce, sorry. And I'm gonna spread all over this. Just like that. And you can go to the edges if you want. You can go as far as you want, as little as you want, up to you. And again, if you want your cauliflower crust a little bit less well done, go for it. You don't need to do the full 25 minutes then. And then I'm gonna add my cheese. Cheese as you want, obviously, or as little as you want to, and you can put some veggies on top if you want, but that's going to go straight into the broiler or oven at a very high temperature, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. And here's that amazing pizza with a little bit crispy crust. It's okay. See you next time.